Here we are. Okay. Toilet plumbing 101 right here. Johnny. He's going to press play. Here's a flapper change out. Open up the flapper. You're going to see this thing. Inside here, it has two little wings down inside the toilet. See little wings right here? I see them. If you don't have the wings right here, leave this part on and slide this down. Okay? So that can operate. And then it's just a matter of taking the clip, like so, and you adjust the height by unstamping it. Move it to the right one, and it gets clicked in here. All right. Okay. Now I'll show you real quick here. Give me a second to get that back up. I don't know if I have enough memory. Okay. Anyway, take a pair of scissors. If you have the wings right here, and you just go like this. Okay. I'm going to say 90% of the time you're just going to cut it right there and right there. It even says cut right here. And here. That's easy. So that's easy. And then once it's cut, it's going to look like this. You simply put this in the toilet, clip that on the wing, and clip this on the wing. You know, we're going to post this on YouTube as well. Okay. All right. And then once this is clicked on up here, here's this. You click this in here, and if the chain's too long to actuate that, it should just have a little bit of slack like that. Okay. There's that. Okay. Got it. Now, if water comes over the top, this has failed because what's happening is this isn't shutting off, so water's going into the overflow. That's not happening. Okay, now if the toilet cycles on its own, then it's the flapper right here that's failed, and that's not doing that. What's happening is the chamber is trickling in. It's the water's just barely filling up or not filling up at all. And that's because of this. Okay. And this is how you change this. You go to the angle stop. Here would be the supply line. Okay? Okay. And this is hooked up to this portion, and I'm going to give you two of these. And that's hooked up to the wall. So you turn this off. Right. No water's coming out of that. You unscrew this. All right. And now that's off. Okay? Okay. Now, take a pair of channel locks. You simply loosen that nut, and it is going to be that easy. Reach in and hold this. Hold that. Loosen that up. Let that fall. Okay. And I forgot to mention, you want to sponge out all the water before you tap it so nothing spills out here. The water's off. You sponged out all the water in a little bucket. So now you can pull this out. Inside the kit, what it's going to look like, is it's going to come to you just like this. And this little rubber inside this little box right here. You just simply put the rubber on like so. Spit that on, and you see the little thing for it. There's a little hose. The hose is off like this. You're going to end up putting the new black hose on. Okay. You simply push this in here. This height should be about even with this on the top of your tank. To adjust that, you simply turn it like so. Okay. And that makes it taller, like that. It's too tall, so now you screw it down. Okay. Okay. Then you put that in. Then you reed this back up. Take the nut that comes inside the kit. There'll be a new nut here. Push a little bit. All right. I'll show you how tight to tighten this. Look inside, make sure the float's not going to hit anything. That looks good. Okay. Then just reach in with your pair of little channel locks like this. One. And I'm reaching under because this thing's it looks like this when you're seeing it. You got to kind of look in here and feel it. But a pair of small channel locks like this is enough pressure. That's all you need. Okay. So. Then, this little part, it's going to also come with one of these, but it's white plastic. It doesn't look like wire. You simply secure that so that the water squirts inside there. That's a piece of cake. Now, here we go. And then this part, they give you one of these to hook up to the angle stop. You rock. Put it on here. Show you how tight. That gets hooked up. Am I going to need to replace that? I don't know. The one I currently have on environmental, I need that. Okay. On the angle stop that looks like this coming out of the wall, this gets screwed on like this. And then you take a channel lock and turn it one turn. Now, two things. Real quick. Do the angle stop. You got to turn off the house water. If the angle stop won't shut off for you, it comes two ways. That's iron pipe, half-inch galvanized coming out, and this is copper pipe. Okay? And this compression, that barrel will be spread out on the copper, and it'll actually stay on the wall. So once you turn the water off to the house, open up the tub, relieve the pressure, make sure there's no more water going to come, maybe a little will drip out. You simply take this off if it's copper, you slip on the new one like this and just leave that one on. And tighten it up. In this one, you'll need two 8-inch crescent wrenches. Get it nice and tight. You got the rings. the ring's a little crooked. That's okay.
All right,
that'll be.
That's if it's a copper stub, Johnny.
That's a crosshead.
If it's a pipe thread,
with thread,
galvanized or copper
then
thread.
you're going to put a little Teflon tape on it,
Yeah.
and that tape is just like that white stuff. 5 wraps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take this, thread it on, get rid of this. You don't need these nuts because the supply lines don't require you to have them. And then you simply screw that on.
Now, is this going to be mandatory to replace that?
No, no, that's only if I
it's
do all
leaking
this
by on
and
you.
it still
If
ain't
it's
coming
leaking
out.
by
No,
on you.
if it still ain't coming out, exactly.
Okay.
Now, here's what I want you to do. Last thing, Johnny says that the water doesn't come into the tank very fast sometimes too, and he's concerned about
That's the biggest, yeah, that's what's happening most of the time.
Put the hose in there and drain it to a bucket.
Right, exactly what we're
The
going to do
angle
here.
stop open.
So here's the angle stop, and the first one that's already in place is on the wall. Just take a bucket and go like this and open this up and turn it off and on, off and on. Yeah, and if this thing is flowing
City water pressure.
then you got no problems there. It was all in the fill valve.
So
Filling
that's the
up.
first thing I'm going to do.
That's the first thing you want to do is, and my suspicions are that you have the inside of this little tube right here gets swollen, and it's going to close off, and you don't have any water pressure.
Okay, so it could just be the tube, and you don't have to do all that, but
And you don't, but you got all the parts that you do.
the first thing I'm going to do is try to see that if the pressure's coming out,
Then fix
that's
that.
the step-by-step process. Work from the wall back to the toilet.
Right, and okay. And you'll be set to go.
In the morning. And check your website.
That's hilarious. And that's great.